A very good morning. All a very healthy guys. You know very well we have been discussing our chapter number 4, that is chemical bonding and molecular structure. Okay. In previous class, I have just introduced a new topic that is known to be dipole moment. Clear? In dipole moment, what we have studied and why do we need to study that was all discussed. Let me just a brief recapitulation. In previous class, we whenever there are more than one molecule or two molecule and there is an electronegativity difference between these two atoms, then according to the polarity, we will calculate the dipole moment. Clear? This we all have done. In spite of that, I have told you that dipole moment is known to be mu equals to Q into D, where Q is the charge and D is the distance between the two. Okay? All right. Now move to the next topic, that is our polyatomic molecule. Let's begin this. Polyatomic molecule, as the name suggests, polyatomic means there are more than two atoms present in a particular molecule. Okay. Now in polyatomic molecule, whenever we want to calculate the dipole moment, what actually happen over here? We not only consider the bond dipole. Bond dipole मतलब bond dipole means the dipole moment along a bond, the dipole moment between two atoms. That was simply we have discussed in our previous class. Okay. In spite of that, we calculate it by the resultant dipole. Let's see what I want to explain to you. For example, there is water. Okay. Now, first of all, if I'm talking about water, we know very well my water molecule is made up of three different atoms, right? There are two hydrogen and there is one oxygen. Cool. Now, there is oxygen present over here. There is hydrogen present over here. All right. Now, first of all, oxygen is much electronegative than hydrogen. Definitely yes. So the dipole moment would be in this direction. कल वाली class में that the cut represents where is the electropositive, represent where my electron are shifting towards the oxygen as compared to hydrogen. So that arrow is representing its direction towards it. Okay. Now I'm just telling, we do not consider only this bond dipole. हम सिर्फ इसकी बात नहीं करेंगे. We will calculate it by the resultant dipole moment. This. That means after combining the two, we will get our final product. It is like something physics concept known as vector quantity. You must have heard about this. Whenever there are two different type of dipoles or there are two different type of vectors are aligning in the same direction, their resultant would also be in the same direction, and this would be over here. That means the sum of these two in this direction. So dipole moment vector quantity है definitely yes. So dipole quantity means first of all we will consider about the direction, and due to direction we will check out how our resultant dipole would calculated. I would like to say total magnitude of the dipole moment would be calculated. Clear? So this is the way we would represent our concept dipole moment. Okay. All about this particular topic. Now, after that, my net dipole moment, which is the sum of these two dipole moments, OH and OH. Suppose this is coming to be mu equals to 0.23. Suppose this is coming to be mu equals to same 0.23. Then the overall dipole moment, okay? And how is my dipole moment represented? It is represented in the terms of d by. Clear? Okay. This was all about this particular topic. Now, moreover, I have told you in previous class that 1 dBi is equal to 3.33 into 10 raised to power minus 30 coulomb meter. So if suppose my resultant dipole moment is come to be y, then this dBi would be easily converted into the coulomb meter by multiplying with this particular constant, that is 3.33 into 10 raised to power minus 30 coulomb meter. Clear? Okay, this was all about this. Now same as it is I have told about the water. Water में हमारा जो resultant dipole moment था वो due to these two atoms in which electronegativity is aligning towards oxygen. Okay, but now what would happen if there are more than two atoms and they are aligning in the opposite direction? बात समझ में आ रही है? Let's check it out. How would be possible in the opposite direction? And what do I mean to say the opposite direction? For example, you have a very simple example of beryllium fluoride, BeF2. Okay. Now, first of all, जब भी हमें dipole moment calculate करना है, हमारा सबसे पहला purpose होना चाहिए, we need to represent its, I would like to say, structure. For example, if I'm talking about water, hydrogen, oxygen has a lone pair. So this is the actual structure. But in BeF2, beryllium is the center atom and fluorine are present in this way. That means beryllium fluoride की जो structure है वो आपकी linear structure है जिसके ऊपर angle 180 degree का है. But right now just do not worry about the structure. I'll tell you how to calculate the structure in the very next class. Till now, you have to just remember that this is the structure given to you. Now, please tell me what would be the final dipole moment in this case. जैसे हमने water में calculate किया था, आप मुझे इसमें easily बता सकते हैं how would be the dipole moment would be. Let's check it out by that particular example, by that particular concept. And my concept says that fluorine is much electronegative than beryllium. You know very well, fluorine is the most electronegative element in my whole periodic table. So क्या होगा? This will behave as positive and the electron are shifted towards fluorine. Same as it is, this would behave as positive, electron are shifted towards beryllium, sorry, fluorine. Okay. Now, if this is happening in this particular case, तो हमारा resultant dipole moment क्या रहेगा भाई? These both are of the same magnitude क्योंकि beryllium fluorine का जो dipole moment है वो same रहेगा, यहाँ पर भी same रहेगा. They both are the opposite direction. So what would be the resultant dipole moment? It would cancel out each other and the resultant dipole moment of be 0. Am I clear? This was the concept I was willing to tell you कि अभी तक हमने जो HF का केस पढ़ा था, it was simply as like this. मैं सिर्फ इसकी बात करूं तो this is what was HF. We can easily calculate it by the charge and by the distance. Okay, but now if we combine with another atom, so in that particular case, what would happen? We will check it out by the direction. By the direction. और ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है भाई? Because dipole moment is the vector quantity. Is vector quantity. Clear? Let's take another example that would clarify your concept more. Suppose there is given to be BF3, beryllium trifluoride, BF3. Now, first of all, the BF3 is a structure of trigonal planar. मतलब इसकी structure जो है वो trigonal की तरह है, where boron is present in the center and each fluorine bond is taken as like this. This is the actual structure of BF3. I have just rotated it to make the concept more clear. Okay, this seems to be trigonal planar. Okay, now in BF3, there fluorine which are just opposite to each other, and there is one fluorine which is aligning in the opposite two directions. जैसे मैं यहाँ पे बात करूँ, ये fluorine अकेला सबसे अलग direction में है, and these two fluorine are in the opposite direction. Okay. Now, what would happen in the very same manner? हमारा rule तो same रहेगा, वो change नहीं होगा. This would be as positive, and the electron towards fluorine, same as it is this, same as it is this. Okay. Now, what would happen? Can I say that the sum of these two would be like this? Okay, just a minute, please. Suppose I'm saying the resultant of these two vectors is this. जैसे हमने water के केस में पढ़ा था ना, इन दोनों का जो रिजल्टेंट था वो उसी डायरेक्शन में जा रहा था. Same as it is, the resultant of these two would be in the same direction. Okay. Now, if the dipole moment of these two bonds and the resultant, if this resultant would be equal to this and they are in opposite direction, my dipole moment would be again 0. क्यों? क्योंकि इन दोनों का जो रिजल्टेंट है और जो हमारे पास एक्चुअल फ्लोरीन है, इन दोनों का जो डाइपोल मोमेंट है, they are in the opposite direction. Okay. So in this case, I also combine this particular quantity, that even there are 3 bonds present, still the sum of these 3 dipole moments would be taken to 0. Okay. All right. So now we have done many examples. Let's take one or more important example that's given in your notebook. The very interesting example is NH3 versus NF3, ammonia versus nitrogen trifluoride. Okay, let's have a look on those particular combined also. Okay. What the concept? इसमें समझाना क्या चाह रहे हैं हम? Only we have to is purely a vector quantity, I would like to say. Okay, so let's have another example. Very important question, 110% you will get in your exam. How would you compare the dipole moment of NH3 versus NF3? बहुत ही important question, super important, super easy. How would you compare the dipole moment of ammonia versus NF3, that is nitrogen trifluoride? Okay, so first of all, we will make the structure. There is the structure of nitrogen. We have 3 hydrogen molecules and a lone pair on it. Okay, versus NF3. Okay. Structure same है, lone pair same है, but only difference is the surrounding atom. Surrounding atom means the hydrogen or the fluorine which are surrounding the center atom. The only difference is this. Otherwise, the structure is very same. Now we would compare again it. First of all, as we have told you, first of all, I would like to tell you that if I were to combine the resultant dipole moment, what would happen is much electronegative than hydrogen. So what would happen? There would be like this. Okay. Same as it is, अगर मैं नाइट करूँ तो it would be like okay. Now the point here is why is it happening over so? The only difference is fluorine is electronegative than nitrogen as compared to hydrogen. Okay, so there would be this final result. Now, if I would like to combine the overall resultant, what would happen? All 3 sum of NH3, all 3 dipole moment would be in the same direction. Suppose this is, I would like to say, This is my actual resultant dipole moment for NF3. Whereas in NF3, what is happening? All three dipole moments are combining in this direction. Okay, but the another difference is, another important point is, there is a lone pair present over here. Lone pair means there is number of electron over here. That means it is more electronegative as compared to other atoms. Okay, so I would like to say for nitrogen and the lone pair, it would be this and it would be this. Okay, अभी आप खुद combine overall this resultant dipole moment, whereas in this case we have this resultant dipole moment. So from these two factors, can I say that in NF3 the resultant dipole moment would just cancel out each other only if their resultant dipole moment and this dipole moment would be same, but this is not same. But can I say there would be subtraction between the two? क्यों? क्योंकि इन दोनों का जो रिजल्टेंट है वो हमारा लोअर डायरेक्शन में है, whereas nitrogen to the lone pair dipole moment is in the upper direction. Okay, so the overall dipole moment would be less as compared to this, क्योंकि ये दोनों के दोनों same direction में है and they are combining, they are adding to each other, whereas these are subtracting to each other. Okay, so the actual result is come to be for NS3, this is 4.9 into 10 raised to power minus 30 coulomb meter, whereas in this particular case, this is known to be 0.80 into 10 raised to power minus 30 coulomb meter. Okay, so this is the reason you have to explain that in these particular cases, the only difference is due to the nitrogen lone pair versus the fluorine. Okay, you have got the point. So in NH3, all the dipole moments are aligning in the same direction, so they are adding up. Whereas in NF3, the resultant dipole moments are opposite in each other direction, so they would cancel out, they would subtract from each other, and the resultant dipole moment would be less. Okay? So this was all about this particular topic. Same as it is, you can take example for another, like I have told you, NF3 versus NF3, you can say BF3 versus BH3 and many more. Okay, all right, so this was all but it. Now let's move to the next topic. Okay, we have left with another topic that is known to be Fazan's rule. Let's check it out. What did it tell to us? Okay, let's check it out. Another example, that is Fazan's rule. What do you mean by Fazan's rule? First of all, for elaborating the concept of Fazan's rule, I would like to say that what we have discussed, I was just told you whenever I have started the polarity समझाते हुए I have told you that no single bond is 100% ionic. No single bond is 100% ionic. There is somewhat covalent character present over there. Okay. Same as it is, if I'm talking about the covalent bond, there, that means there is kind of ionic bond present over there. Right? Both cases are just complementary to each other. So we will see the concept that how can we check out the strongness of ionic group. दोबारा सुनिए. For example, I would like to say we have given 3 to 4 examples, and you have to compare the ionic character. For that, we have the Fazan rule. यानी आयनिक करेक्टर को कंपेयर करने के लिए हमारे पास जो रूल है, that is known to be Fazan rule. Okay, it has 2 to 3 important points. Let's check it out. What are those? First of all is smaller the size of cation, greater size of anion, more would be covalent character in ionic bond. मतलब ये हमें ये बोलना चाह रहा है कि अगर केटायन का साइज छोटा है, एनायन का साइज बड़ा है, then there would be more covalent character. That means I would like to say it, छोटा cation and मोटा anion. That would lead to the more covalent character in an ion. Okay, let's see this particular concept with the help of an example. For example, there are lithium fluoride, sodium fluoride, potassium fluoride, cesium fluoride. Okay, this is our group number 2. Right, this is our group number 2. Now, in the group number 2, the size of cation are changing, but the fluorine is same. Okay, so we do not consider the second concept over here. We will just see about the first concept, that is smaller size of cation. Okay, तो आप मुझे ये बताइए कि whenever we move down the group, जब हम down the group जाते हैं तो cation के size, sorry, मेटल की जो साइज पर क्या इफेक्ट पड़ता है? We know very well, down the group the size kept on increasing. The size is increasing down the group. That means lithium has the smallest size as compared to sodium, as compared to potassium, as compared to cesium. So can I say the lithium is the small size of cation? That means more would be the covalent character. So LiF greater NaF, then KF, then CSF. Am I clear or not? दोबारा सुनिए. If I have a very simple example in which the anion is same only on the basis of positive charged atom, we would consider the covalent character in the ionic bond. Okay. So if we're talking about lithium, sodium, potassium, cesium, lithium has the smallest size. Size इसका कम है, but covalent character ज़्यादा होगा because smaller size would be more covalent character. Okay, so this is my first example. Second example, let's have about the greater size of an ion. Give me a second, please. For example, we have the same concept, but right now we are having lithium fluoride, lithium chloride, lithium bromide, and lithium iodide. Okay, अभी हमारे पास cation is the same, so first concept is not would be used, but second is saying greater the size of anion. Again, this is my halogen family, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. कौन सी family है? Halogen family, group number 17. And in all the periodic table, we have a very size increase. That means iodine is something which has the highest charge. क्या मैं बोल सकती हूँ बात? Iodine has something which has the highest charge, and hence there would be more covalent character in this case. Okay, so lithium iodide would be greater than lithium bromide, then lithium chloride, then lithium fluoride. Clear? I hope you have got the concept. Smaller the size of cation, greater the size of anion, and overall you will get the covalent character. Okay. In spite of this, we have another example. We have another rule, that is rule number 2. It says to us, the greater the charge, greater would be the covalent character. Third one is saying, greater the charge of cation, more is the covalent character. Okay, now let's take another example. For example, you have aluminium chloride. Okay, you have lithium chloride. You have sodium bromide. You have calcium chloride. Okay, now if I would consider over here, we do not need to care on the size of anion. We have to just consider the greater size. ठीक है, मुझे सिर्फ साइज के बारे में देखना है, सॉरी चार्ज के बारे में यहाँ पर कंसिडर करना है ऑफ द cation. That means positive charge. If I'm talking about the aluminium, it has +3 charge, lithium has +1 charge, sodium has +1 charge, whereas calcium chloride has +2 charge. Okay. First of all, not to confuse you, I'm just taking sodium chloride over here. Okay. So right now, I would like to say there is aluminium chloride, lithium chloride, sodium chloride, and calcium chloride. Okay. The rule says to us, greater the charge of cation, greater is the covalent character of ionic bond. That means the charge is maximum in this case. So I would like to say my overall result would be AlCl3 as compared to +2, that is calcium chloride, as compared to lithium chloride and sodium chloride we have put at the same. क्यों? क्योंकि इन दोनों का चार्ज सेम है, बट यहाँ पर हमारा जो क्वेश्चन है वो कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ, बिकॉज वी हैव फर्स्ट रूल ओवर ऑल्सो, दैट इज स्मॉलर द साइज ऑफ cation एंड ग्रेटर द चार्ज ऑफ cation. दैट मीन्स इन दोनों को अगर हम चार्ज के बेस पर कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते, हम साइज के बेस पे तो कंपेयर कर सकते हैं. डेफिनेटली यस, we can do that. We will just combine the both two rules. And the first rule tells us that lithium is something which has smaller size as compared to sodium. Okay? Because down the group size kept on increasing. So अगर lithium का size कम है, that means there would be more covalent character. And now my overall result would be this. Because lithium has the smaller size. Clear? So this is the way we can compare all my covalent character in the ionic bond of the compound, and we can arrange them either in increasing or decreasing order. Okay? You have to just remember smaller the size of cation, greater the size of anion, and therefore greater charge of cation. Okay? All right. Now, one more thing बच्चे, I hope you have remembered, ये जो मेरा concept है first and second, if I would combine it, आपको याद होगा in our last chapter we have studied that there was a rule known to be charge by size ratio. याद है अभी? चैप्टर नंबर 3 में हमने स्टडी किया था charge by size ratio. This is the same, that is charge is greater and size is smaller. ये सिर्फ आपको मैं याद रखने के लिए बता रही हूँ. This you already have studied, that charge is greater but size is small. That is I am putting it in the divide in the ratio, charge by size ratio. है ना? Charge is higher but the size is small. Okay, this we have already studied in chapter number 3. Remember that. Okay, so this was all about this particular topic. That was the Fazan's rule, have already been discovered. So this